Have you ever wondered what would happen if a government tried to control the human mind? Not in a movie, not in a science fiction novel, but in real life. For decades, one secret CIA program has fueled countless conspiracy theories, documentaries, and internet debates. Its name was MK Ultra, and unlike many conspiracy theories, MK Ultra was real. The CIA officially admitted that the program existed, but what exactly happened? How much do we actually know? And why do some people believe that MK Ultra never truly ended? Let's find out. What was MKUltra? In 1953, during the height of the Cold War, the CIA launched a highly classified project called MK Ultra. At the time, American intelligence officials feared that rival nations such as the Soviet Union and China had developed advanced brainwashing techniques. The CIA wanted to know whether the human mind could be manipulated, controlled, or influenced through psychological methods and chemical substances. The project was led by CIA chemist Sidney Gottlieb. Over the next 2 decades, MKUltra expanded into more than 100 separate subprojects involving universities, hospitals, prisons, and research institutions. The program explored a wide variety of methods, including hypnosis, sensory deprivation, sleep deprivation, psychological conditioning, and psychoactive drugs. One substance in particular became the center of the program's research: LSD. Researchers wanted to know whether LSD could be used during interrogations, influence behavior, or even break down a person's sense of reality. Some of the most controversial experiments involved individuals who were unaware that they were participating. In several cases, subjects were reportedly given LSD without their knowledge or consent. Today, these experiments are widely considered unethical and have become one of the darkest chapters in the history of American intelligence. The evidence that MKUltra was real. Unlike many conspiracy theories, MK Ultra is supported by official government records. In 1973, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered the destruction of many MK Ultra files. As a result, a large portion of the program's documentation was permanently lost. However, not everything was destroyed. In 1977, investigators discovered thousands of financial records that had survived by accident. These documents revealed payments made to researchers and institutions connected to the project. Around the same time, congressional investigations began examining the activities of the CIA. The public hearings exposed details that had been hidden from the public for years. Government officials acknowledged that the program had existed and that experiments involving human subjects had taken place. One of the most famous cases linked to MKUltra involves a scientist named Frank Olson. According to historical records, Olson was unknowingly exposed to LSD during a CIA-related experiment. Just days later, he fell from a hotel window and died. The official ruling was suicide, but the circumstances surrounding his death have remained controversial for decades. The existence of surviving documents, congressional investigations, witness testimony, and official admissions by the CIA provide strong evidence that MKUltra was a real government program. This is not speculation, it is a documented part of history. The most disturbing questions. Even though we know MKUltra existed, many questions remain unanswered. How many people were actually involved? How many experiments were conducted? What information was lost when the files were destroyed? Because so many records disappeared, historians still cannot fully reconstruct everything that happened. Some researchers believe we have only seen a small portion of the complete picture. Others argue that enough evidence has survived to understand the program's main goals and activities. The truth is that nobody knows exactly what was contained in the destroyed documents, and that uncertainty has helped fuel decades of speculation. Why some people think MKUltra still exists. Officially, MKUltra was shut down in the 1970s. According to all publicly available evidence, the program ended decades ago. However, many people believe that MKUltra never truly disappeared. Instead, they argue that it evolved. One reason for this belief is the destruction of so many records. Because a large portion of the evidence was lost, some people suspect that the public never learned the full story. Others point to advances in modern technology. If intelligence agencies were experimenting with psychological influence in the 1950s, some wonder what might be possible today through artificial intelligence, behavioral analysis, social media algorithms, and mass data collection. And some theorists argue that modern influence campaigns could be a new form of psychological manipulation. However, there is currently no public evidence connecting these technologies to a continuation of MKUltra. These claims remain theories rather than proven facts. Another reason the theory persists is simple. MKUltra itself sounded impossible before it was exposed. For years, anyone claiming the CIA was secretly experimenting on people would have been dismissed as a conspiracy theorist. Then the documents surfaced. Because of that history, some people believe similar programs could still exist without public knowledge. Whether that is true remains unknown. Conclusion: MKUltra occupies a unique place in history. It is one of the rare cases where a conspiracy theory turned out to contain a significant amount of truth. The CIA really did conduct secret experiments. Documents really were discovered, and investigations really did take place. But when it comes to claims that MKUltra continues today, the evidence becomes much weaker. What remains is a mixture of historical facts, missing records, unanswered questions, and speculation. So what do you think? Was MKUltra simply a Cold War experiment that ended decades ago? Or could similar programs still exist in ways we don't yet understand? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy videos about secret projects, hidden history, and mysterious conspiracies, make sure to subscribe. Because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.